Alrighty, it is currently 12 p.m. on the dot. Carla Lopez is going to federal prison, sending text messages at the same time the demons stalk an aircraft, amplifying it. This is the ongoing systematic concerted conduct by demons, and they're engaged in Title 18. And what Carla Lopez, the demons of SCI, while they listen to me speak to their criminal system, they will engage in criminal conduct. So this is sent at 11:59 right now. This is documentation from yesterday, but I'm just going to speak to what the entity's amplifying helicopter activity while you see the fake suns no longer over my apartment. Text message received today. Good afternoon. You're looking at the time that it's sent, the simultaneity with which the entity is engaging in what is an impossible occurrence, the amplification, the demonic character of the audible activity that's occurring at the same time while a demon, understand what demons do, you're looking at two different people, even in two different locations, the same in sync behavior. Hence, crossing a path by a demon in a vehicle, stalking with headlights. That's light activity in the path. Doing so while the demons in a helicopter are at the same time flying in relevant position. Group stalking, those are demons that are separate physically, same spirit on them, acting in sync, acting in concert. This is occurring on the venue of the internet via communication devices. Speaker companies, they are showing the world that they are going to federal prison, but this is a demonstration of your worthiness to go to federal prison. This is under the guise of what is the business of a third-party company. Speaker companies, I'm going to drain the pockets of that company. It's also relevant for RICO charges. Those third parties of speaker companies are going to federal prison, including those of the corporate office who engaged in a criminal act of obstruction of justice. While you're looking at videos of corrupt law enforcement agencies stalking in helicopter, because that's exactly what you're doing, while that which is supposedly the sun remains over my apartment, that's direct evidence of group stalking. Demons are in the demonic environment and they're targeting by virtue of that unnatural environment that remains over you. The entity does so with real-time knowledge about what you're doing and as you're doing it. And so only a psychopath, only a sex offender, only a threat to the public that belongs in a straitjacket, that belongs in a cage, that is in need of systematic mental examinations, and I'm referencing Dominic Choi and Selena Robledo. Not different. You've only made a superficial distinction in your mind because of the difference of personal name, social security number, race, gender, perhaps. They have the same demon possession, and you have the same criminal activity among speaker companies and amongst the Los Angeles Police Department as well. They are also maintaining presence. They're maintaining activity using communication devices in sync with what I do, where I do it. And there's no sun over the Obit Family Community Library in this position over the top of my head, nor is there any coincidence with the Ontario Police Department group stalking in helicopters in that specific environment, which is not creating any natural environment that would remain here at Alvarado Gardens, especially because the sun is both rising and setting while I stay at Alvarado Gardens. So in other words, 7 hours from now at 7 p.m., this is not the sun that I am nevertheless capturing through my bedroom window every evening. You can see it glaring through my living room blinds. Don't forget, not only is that not the sun that's maintaining stagnated presence, the entity is engaging in the elements of monitoring while that which is not even sunlight appears on my walls, while demons such as Selena Robledo send text messages relevant to their knowledge of what it is that you're documenting in sync with demons that are stalking in helicopters and airplanes in a specific environment where a fake sun remains in perfect alignment with me, which you can see through the windshields, through the windows of the vehicles on this same property. This was at 8:58 in the morning. The fake sun is at the same property address. I'm at the same apartment. This is supposedly sunlight. That's not sunlight, nor is this the sun at 8:58 in the morning. It's the same property, and here it is over my head. The foolishness of a law enforcement agency, first of all, to engage in this conduct to the demise of the people of the state. That's speaking to what is this conduct right here: amplified sound of traffic, sitting in the vehicle the whole time with surveillance, group stalking with speaker companies who send a text message, operation of a communication device, living at a crime scene, multiple grounds, independent each for federal prison. And as he walked by, his shadow was moving across this building. Impossible light activity. Okay, where you're living, where the heavy helicopter activity is, you're not engaging in anything lawful, and you're going to be prosecuted for engaging in the demonic act of terrorizing, group stalking with the government and doing it in plain sight, living at a crime scene. You're going to federal prison. Okay, engaging in the pattern of conduct while the entity is stalking in a helicopter as I walk to my vehicle. I just captured video moments ago. So as I walk to my vehicle, then the entity restarts amplified audible activity. And again, this is Ledesma of 1816 number 1, him, Yolanda, the child that they have who is mentally handicapped. They're all going to federal prison, and the child that is mentally handicapped, or I believe he's an adult male, but he's going to be separated. They're a threat to themselves, to each other, to the public, and to that child that can't speak for themselves, can't protect themselves. These are the demon possessed, by the way, who have custody of minor children while they're engaging in this heinous act as a population. Terrorism, group stalking, getting in a helicopter and stalking someone for no reason at all. That's demonic. You need to understand that that's a demon that's operating over a population. And Dominic Choi, all the way down to the one that you can, Ledesma, who went into his apartment collecting welfare and is group stalking. Okay? There's no difference between the two. Just want to let you know that it is only your carnal flesh that makes a distinction between people. The only thing that separates us is spirit, the source of your spirit. Those that serve Satan, all right, and those that are of the light. And I want to be clear, this is the same exact pattern of conduct. There, she's group stalking with access. So anyway, this is engineered light that's on the ground. So let me show you. The entity is maintaining an ongoing environment. I want you to see the light source that you can see through the windshield. Let me see if we can. There's no distinction with regard. Oh, here it is. Okay, because I want you to see, not only is it over my head for some unintelligent argument to be like, oh, well, it's not really there. It just appears though, and the sun appears. No, the sun does not appear over everyone, everywhere, all day long, especially over one apartment complex all day long. And as you see, as I leave my apartment, it's no longer over the apartment. I just capture video. And where did you see where this phenomenon is occurring? You see presence, which is called relevant positioning of light activity. Satan is using an old body that's leaning over on a cane and is crossing path and creating light activity. That's the reality of demon possession. Okay, Satan likes to act in that same criminal manner using access services. I'm going to drain the pockets, and you need to know Mayor Kim Bass is a demon-possessed, corrupt government actor who is acting in sync with the demons of the Los Angeles Police Department, who continue to provide corroborating evidence regarding her corrupt leadership and the absence of any coincidence or ignorance regarding the criminal conduct of a population that is the city of Los Angeles, the people of Los Angeles. You're not ignorant regarding the pattern that a population is copying, that is mirroring, is engaging in. And so I just want to be clear, the Title 18 conduct, speaker companies is going to federal prison. The SoCal division, they like to engage in, and that's the character of Satan. They openly engage in criminal conduct to their own demise. That is speaking to the psychotic pattern of conduct. Every name that you see here is going to federal prison. The ones that are going to be deported includes JC, that's Juan Carlos, Maria Hernandez, and Maria Solis Alvarez. They're going to be deported after they are prosecuted for terrorism, which is going to be recognized in the way that the federal government is now apprised of how the state government are terrorizing and group stalking, engaging in a criminal system of surveillance with a population. There is no relevance regarding your age, the language you speak, your physical handicap, mental handicap. This is a spiritual, it's spiritually significant regarding what's going on, and that's also relevant to the malice with which the government engages in it, because the government's malicious system is premised based upon the fact that the purpose of group stalking, the purpose of group stalking through corrupt law enforcement agencies is to, if not take your life, to torment you to the degree that one American citizen would perhaps even take their own. The people of the state take your life, and then that state that is keeping you under surveillance keep creating, controlling the narrative after that's the case, after this has happened. This is what the state of California has been doing for ages. This is what the demon-infected agency, the Los Angeles Police Department, which represents the state, which remember, the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, they're engaging in a pattern of conduct that is already on the record. There's no coincidence, and there is no difference between what the Fontana Police Department is doing and what the Los Angeles Police Department is doing. There is no reconciling that specific environment that's surrounding me while the Fontana Police Department are doing exactly what the Los Angeles Police Department is doing. And simultaneously, you are exposing the government actors who are participating in a statewide system, every courthouse, every sheriff's department, and every police department. Those that are currently on record, this is speaking to what the entire state is engaging in, and it's speaking to what the entire population is engaging in. So I want to make sure I get this on video. This third party with this license, I took a picture of it, they're going to federal prison. This is license 8HDM040. This third party is going to federal prison. They're arriving on the grounds while I'm over here, and the entity, a demon, is just group stalking you while coming, parking, and I'm going to somebody else's house. They're engaging in the elements of monitoring while doing so. And this is the state that uses third parties to maintain presence. You can do anything. You can come and deliver a package like you see Amazon Prime doing while you're group stalking. So you're understanding what is the malice of a demon-possessed population. It's not about what the demons are doing, except for where those demons are directly communicating, verbalizing a threat which exists separate and beyond the threat that you're already posing, engaging in the state system. You're living at a crime scene, you're going to federal prison. You're working at a crime scene, you're going to federal prison. You're acting in sync with the state while they are engaging in the elements of monitoring in the face of the target individual, you're going to federal prison. The entity, you're posing an impermissible threat, meaning LAPD might not be caught on video all day long. Okay, might not perceive them all day long, but you repeatedly return to engage in group stalking, you're going to federal prison. Okay, so I want to make sure that you're aware the fake sun no longer remains over my apartment because this is not the sun. I captured the sun rise as I do every day through my living room window where I'm inside of my apartment. It's already on the record where the fake sun remains. It remains over my front door while I step outside and facing the hillside. It's not there because that's where I'm moving. Okay, so this is the conduct of Daisy Arroyo. Like you saw, this is what the entity is doing right now. And that's why they're going to federal prison. So this is documentation of what is impunity. These are sex offenders that are monitoring. While I speak their names and document the impossible light, the flashing of light occurs on my wall. This is already on the record. They are acting in conformity to a long documented pattern of conduct. The demons that want to be some sort of distraction, you're not distracting anyone, you're not helping anyone, you're not protecting anyone. You and everyone that you're connected to is going to be prosecuted. So I just want to speak to, this is the demise of speaker companies, the demise of Palo Alto, the corporate office, the demise of SoCal division for speaker companies, and anyone else that I document engaged in Title 18 criminal conduct while I'm on the job as property manager here at Alvarado Gardens, which is speaker companies. So the entity is doing so. I want to make sure it is currently 12:11 p.m. The fake sun is going to remain over me as I depart. Remember, yesterday I'm documenting the fake sun and it remains over the apartment all day long. And remember, on this day in 2022, I remain at one address, the Open Family Community Library. The fake sun is never moving. And it's not just day to day, hour for hour, minute by minute analysis. It's time of year. For the whole duration during daylight savings time, the entity is maintaining a pattern with a fake sun all day long. I just use for purposes of showing you what is no deviation from a very precise pattern, which is scientifically relevant. Okay, this says scientific value, showing what is an impossible occurrence. The fact that the sun would remain, first of all, over me, rise and set where I'm at. Even if I wake up in the morning and the sun rise, I go everywhere else and I don't return back to where I sleep until the evening. That fake sun will be over me, in alignment to me at that same address in the evening where it was present in the morning. That's not the natural environment. That's what's occurring at an apartment complex where it's rising and setting through the windows of my apartment. That's a demon that's leaned over on a cane, not a compassionate appearance of anything. It's actually sick and creepy. Okay, they were doing that with minor children, all right, and they maliciously act with the state while they come and pick them up while Engineer Light's in my apartment building, acting with her son and her grandson, who are demons group stalking with LAPD. This is already on the record. Do not be deceived by the many faces of Satan. Okay, and you will, at 89, 92, I don't care how old you are, you're going to federal prison. And you can lean over on a cane and pace around with multiple shadows in the facility that you're going to be remaining in. Okay, understand what Satan is doing, who Satan is using, and he's using any and everybody, including demons that are stalking in helicopter, telling on her. There's no deviation from the P.O.C. You just saw them stalking in helicopter. You need to recognize what the P.O.C. is. That's the high-level deception of Satan, and it is not persuasive. Okay, it's not persuasive whatsoever. It is currently 12:13 p.m. This is documentation while I'm speaking to the P.O.C., while the fake sun remains over me as I get on the freeway, go to the grocery, wherever it is that I'm going. That's how you know what the people of the state are doing here, and they're going to federal prison for it. Everybody here is going to federal prison. This is what the people of the state are doing with regard to speaker companies. All right, they're all going to federal prison. What the people of the state, the population do, you're not married to the face that you see. That face is nothing but a vessel. Satan is using a whole population, and the environment remains around me while you see a multiplicity of faces, and all these demons are doing are pacing around me, group stalking. That's all they're doing. And that's speaking to a psychotic, a stalker, a sex offender's spirit, which is threatening my life everywhere that I go all day long, consumed with my body, consumed with my measurements, consumed with what I'm doing with my body, consumed and knowledgeable about everything. That's perverted. And then you're in custody of minor children. And then you're in custody of those that can't even articulate or speak or take care of themselves. You're a threat to yourself and the people of the state. The demons that you're group stalking with, they're a threat to each other. And they're a threat to American citizens that are subject to the satanic system. And federal prosecution is serving to expose and prosecute every aspect of that criminal system. Again, it is currently 12:14 p.m. I just want to make sure I speak to what the entity is doing. It's to your own demise. Speaker companies will be no more because you cannot even afford to compensate me for the harm and damages, tangible and intangible, that I continue to suffer, including as I go to wherever it is that I go. And it is direct evidence regarding what you have been engaging in as a third-party company. P.O.C.